Mystic Rivers wants to know what day would you say ovulation? She's got a bunch of dates here, Mystic River does. Day 8 was a 6.87. No, excuse me, day 5 was a 6.87. The next day, day 7 was a 7.88. Day 8 was a 9.91. That's about a day away from ovulation. Then bingo, day 9, 14.58. There's your ovulation right there. So you should have bred on that date there if you were doing in a regular vaginal AI or an SI or a TCI the next day. Star Louise just noticed for front paw is favouring side position. I'm a bit worried. She's 3 weeks, so praying for improvement. Yeah, so you've got a, so she's talking about a front paw that's turned out. Yeah, I mean, what I would probably, the kind of thing that you can do is you can make yourself a prosthetic that pulls pulls the paw back in, and I mean I would probably attempt that personally. Star Luis again. I'm on my second litter. One has swimmers, I think, but only 3 weeks. And the vet advised me to euthanize. Crazy vet. Nah, don't euthanize the puppy, for goodness sakes. No, most of these things you can get fixed, and typically what you do is you start taping legs up and getting them off their chest. Yates says, when doing reverse progesterone, you've mentioned it's safe to do a C-section when you get a reading of 3. Is that on a minivitis or an IDEX? I think I may have already answered this one. The answer is all those machines, they read about the same at the low end. It's the high end where they read differently. So, yeah, 3's fine on a minivitis, maybe 3.5, but it's typical, very similar number. Hope the phone doesn't fall here.
Because it's my phone.
Omar says, if I mate a tiger with a blue, will I get puppies?
What?
I think what you mean is if you mate any dog with any dog, you're getting puppies. The question here is what are the colours going to be? If you put a blue with a brindle, then if the brindle carries blue, you get blue puppies, or at least 50%. If it doesn't, you won't. So without DNA, we can't tell exactly what's going to happen. Kale trucking. I've seen videos where some people only give a Parvo shot at 6 weeks, not a 5-in-1. Have you had any complications with a 5-in-1 at 6 weeks? No, I have not. But look, there are some different ways that people do this, and I'm not saying that I know exactly what the right way to do is. If you're unclear about this, go talk to your vet about it.
Your vets really don't like you to give Parvo at 6 weeks.
I thought it was Bordetella.
Oh.
It's Bordetella they'd rather you skip. I'm not sure why. I think they'd rather
they don't like the Bordetella until you're 9 and 12 weeks. 12 weeks, sorry.
Yeah, right. Exactly why, I don't know.
6 and 9 weeks are really the same shot. They just don't have the Bordetella.
Nana Ernesto got a liquor record, and the last column on it says LTD. That presumably means limited, i.e. that you have limited rights on that on breeding that dog, I would guess. If that dog, yes, I think that's what that means. I mean, certainly limited registration rights means you can't breed that dog and get AKC registration. So that would have to be the last dog on the pedigree. It can't be a parent, because if it's LTD and I'm right about that, then limited wouldn't let you do the breeding and get recognition.
If you ever get real serious about a dog, you want to make sure that you get full rights.
That's right.
And if they say no, you don't, say, can I pay you more money for more full rights? Then maybe you get full rights, but got to do your homework. Got to ask the questions.
Mantero Rivera says, I'm in awe that you leave your puppies with mum. What do you do to monitor during feedings to make sure they don't aspirate? Well, okay, so first off, it's hard to stop puppies from aspirating. If that's what they're going to do, that's what they're going to do. And every now and then I'll see puppies got milk running out of their nose. When we do that, we take a paper towel, we mop up the milk from his nose and put it back to mum.
Aren't they asking if you keep mama separated from the babies?
I think you have a bigger chance of them aspirating.
Yeah, aspirating. Because mama has got so much milk build up from not nursing those puppies for a couple hours or more. And so when she starts letting loose with her milk, when they start nursing on her, she is going to flood every titty she's got, and every puppy that's on there can't keep up with it.
Plus also the puppies are really ravenous as well.
Oh, yeah.
So to us, we haven't lost a puppy through aspiration in the longest time. And I put a lot of that down to the fact that we're using our whelping system. We have our heated
whelping system that you buy on www.
So the puppies,
mybreedersupply.com.
Puppies feed when they're ready, not when you put them with mum. So they're all reading at different.
Yeah, they're with her 24/7, keeping it at an even.
And we haven't lost a puppy through being
No.
stepped on or aspiration in a long time.
No. Best thing James invented in a long time.
I was watching my dog and she was playing with a stray male while I was asleep. How do I know they don't tie? Well, you don't. I mean, so this is the thing. If you don't want your dog to be bred and you think your dog might be close to being in heat, don't let that dog out of your sight, and don't let it outside where other dogs can get to it. Otherwise, you're going to be in the situation you're in right now. This is what you can do. You could do a swab of that dog and look to see if there's any semen in the swab. So you could do that. If you think that really they have had a tie, then I would immediately dose that dog with some kind of vinegar cider mixture.
And then keep your fingers crossed.
Keep your fingers crossed, right?
But don't let her out the side.
But the right answer to this is to
keep
not...
your female put up.
There you go. Keep your female put up. Do your incubators work as oxygen cages as well, Brian, Alicia? Yes, absolutely. You can go. You can use our incubators with an oxygen supply, whether that be an oxygen concentrator or oxygen bottles. Absolutely. Donna Ackerman says, my biggest question is, where are you and why didn't you take me with you? Ha ha. Looks warm and sunny there. It's snowy and cold here in Colorado. I hope you are having a good fun. We are. I did glue claws on my litter of puppies. You made it look easier than it was, okay. I think I did it well. Waiting to see. If it heals up nicely. Yep. Right. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Well, we're having a good time, and those of you in cold climates, I'm sorry. Annalise Scott says, I have a pup that's 4 weeks old and have been taping up his hind legs, but it looks like his front paws are problems. They always splayed out. Is taping the front paws any good? I don't know. Never tape the front paws. The thing that worries me about taping the front paws is if you tape the front and the back paws, the puppy can't move. I mean, it's stuck. It just can't go anywhere. So, somebody else had mentioned this before. I mean, you could make a kind of a splint if you've got one leg that is not in the right position, and kind of move that leg around. The way you do that, by the way, is, for instance, and I've never tried this, but the way I would go at this is I would take a heavy coat hanger and I would bend that the way that I wanted the foot to be. I would tape the first part of the coat hanger to the leg, and then the paw itself being then manipulated and with some tape to be held again and bent right in the right place. And I just dropped the phone on you, sorry about that. So you could give that a shot and see if it works. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.